Hey everyone, this is Nitro. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the way to clear the 4th challenge battle of Jadefrost Anthem, Rampaging Mascot. Now, full disclosure, this will be my second clear of it because my original clear, I thought I was recording the video and I wasn't. So I'm going to have to play it one more time just to demonstrate the way I cleared it. The key thing about this fight is, let's talk about the enemies, right? The giant snowmen, they start off as a giant form, and when they are killed, they split into 2 regular snowmen. And the 2 regular snowmen have AoE attacks. Alright. And then if the regular snowmen are killed, they split into small snowmen. And the small snowmen have a passive where they reduce your healing effect by 10% for characters within 2 range of them when they're killed. These big snowmen also have a passive reflecting 31% of damage taken. So in other words, for this fight, you really want characters who can disable passives. And there's not that many characters who can do it. The best one may actually be Egbert, okay? Because Egbert has the Blazing Illusion summon, which can help, and he has Forget, where Forget disables enemy passive skills. Other than Egbert, I'm also going to be bringing Elwin, because Elwin has Frontal Assault, which disables passives before combat begins. In addition, he can bring Detect, where you have a 50% chance to disable enemy passive skills, and it's 100% to trigger if you land a crit hit. Alright. Bernhardt will be my faction buffer, and he'll bring Shield Bash because these enemies can be stunned. Hilda will be my tank, bringing Crimson Command, War Goddess, and Broken Arrow. No faction buff because the faction buffer is Bernhardt. And Lucretia will be here with 3 single target strikes as always, Impure Shockwave, Freeze Strike, Dark Reaper. Finally, my healer will be Rozenciel with Crystal Restoration, Mass Crystal Healing, and Miracle. Alright, so the basic idea is you disable passives and keep killing the enemies. One final thing. All these enemies, whenever they deal damage to you, they apply a stack of frostbite. And frostbite increases the damage taken by 10%. And it can be stacked, it can be dispelled by a torch, alright? So there is a torch that you can pick up. The thing about it is, if you have 5 stacks of frostbite, healing effect is reduced by 50%. If you have 10 stacks of frostbite, mobility is reduced by 1. And if you have 15 stacks of frostbite, your character is frozen. So quite annoying in that sense, right? Because, you know, yeah, it's a lot of healing reduction and so on. So that pretty much covers everything about this fight. I guess I should mention alternatives to these 2 passive disablers. There's not very many other passive disablers. I guess the remaining passive disablers would be first Kruger, who can bring Forget as well. Alright? And he has Life Ward to kind of reset it. It's not great though, but he can do it, especially if he has clocks. Other than Kruger, the other character who is really good at disabling passives, let me bring up the Dark faction, is Wetham, okay? But Wetham has to be more than 3 stars. When he's only 3 stars, when an enemy dies, 1 other random enemy gains Despair, where passive skills are disabled. Okay. At 4 stars and 5 stars, that becomes 2 enemies whose passive skills are disabled. And then at 6 stars, he applies Despair on 3 enemies. So the higher the star level, the better he is. But he needs to be at minimum 4 stars to use. Mine is 3 stars, so forget it. And yeah, other than these 2, there's really not many people I can think of. For example, King of the Red Moon can bring Detect. You know, Vincent can bring Detect. It's really mainly dark characters who have the Detect skill. There is also the very last character that can do it pretty consistently, but I don't think really anyone has it built, is, believe it or not, Silverwolf. Alright? Because Silverwolf can bring Detect as well, and he would have very high skill. So, you know, he'll crit hit quite often, and with Cold Blood, it increases his crit hit chances as well. And with Detect, he can apply that passive disable quite consistently. But like I said, not very many people have him built up. So yeah, that pretty much explains this battle in a nutshell. Let's get started now. So I need to switch back to Egbert. And my action order is Bernhardt, Egbert, Lucretia, Elwin, Florentia, and Rozenciel. Or sorry, not Florentia, Hilda and Rozenciel. So let's begin. First turn though, action order is different. And what I'm going to do on the first turn is first I'm going to drop my Thunder God here in the north. because that will lock down his movement, so he can't move. The giant snowman is now stuck. Alright, for 1 turn. And then this Thor is going to move over and drop down his hammer, a thunder. And I'm just going to place it here. 2 to the right. Next, Bernhardt is going to faction buff. So let's shift him over. Faction buff. Next, Egbert is going to shift over. Actually, let's just move Hilda first and have her guard to the left. Because she has to guard allies. Go. Egbert's going to shift and drop his 3C Blazing Illusion. And the reason for this is because it can teleport over and draw the attention by being the closest character to the enemy. Note that these characters can attack at 2 range, so it's best for me to drop it here where it's out of range. Right? So beside the bottom tree. I'm just gonna have Rozenciel grab the torch by stepping onto the fire. And now I'm going to have Lucretia shift over and launch out her 3C skill. So, passive has not been disabled. Look at all the damage I took. Right? But it's fine. I was expecting to take a lot of damage there. So finally, but that shows why you need to disable the passives. Right? So, and finally, I'm going to have Elwin, Reign of Glory, and just do his frontal assault to guarantee the disabled passive. So there we go. It comes over to attack me. Now it got silenced and that's why it moved up. Otherwise it would use its skill to attack at 2 range. But it's fine. It doesn't really affect things much. Battle continues. I'm going to have Lucretia now. Actually, first, I'm going to have Rozenciel cast Mass Crystal Healing on everyone here. And I'll also remove the 1 frostbite that's on Hilda. So there we go. Now, Bernhardt is going to shield bash this giant snowman. Takes a lot of damage in response, but I wanted to do it to stun this guy. Okay. So now I'm going to orient my damage towards crushing this giant snowman over here. Okay, there's the first attack. I'm not going to have my Arcane Golem attack. Instead, it's just going to Magic Pulse Bernhardt so that he can reactivate Faction Buff later. Hilda. Okay, first, let's have Egbert launch out his Fireball. Okay, and this guy is going to move back to avoid the attack of this. And Elwin is going to wrap around and strike and kill it off. There we go. And then this regular snowmen are spawned in random positions. So hard to plan for that, other than having your crystal healing up. Okay. So they spawn in decent positions for me. I'm just gonna have Hilda melee attack it. And I'm going to have this guy rip apart this snowman. Alright, so far so good. So it launches an AoE, Crystal Healing restores health. Although I do get the frostbite thing. Okay, so far so good. So, time to place... This Egbert is gonna die, so I might as well just launch an AoE at these two. Meteor, before it dies. Now, this Egbert is going to discontinue the fireball. And I'm gonna have Lucretia. Actually, who should finish it? Let's have Hilda do the finish. So, 2 small snowmen spawned. And the small snowmen, as previously said, have the passive that will apply healing effects are reduced by 10%. So they need to be killed. Well, first, let's shift Bernhardt back. Get some healing. Let's have Elwin just frontal assault it. And Lucretia can freeze strike it. Oh, it lived. Well, that's fine. I'm just going to shift positions. And I'll probably choose to Magic Pulse. Bernhardt. There's lots of characters you can Magic Pulse. That's the interesting thing about this battle, I find. You can Magic Pulse Egbert, you can Magic Pulse Elwin, you can Magic Pulse Bernhardt. In any case though, so passive or disabled, it doesn't do anything to me. So now we are dealing with the snowman over there. And I do have access to Forget right now for passive disabling. So we will launch it out. He actually has 4 range, so he'll do that. So passive disabled. Let's have Lucretia now. Range attack. Construct will just wait, because there really is not much of a to do. Bernhardt needs to re-trigger the faction buff, I believe, because everyone's faction buff wears off this turn. And Elwin can position himself in front. Like this. So, Bernhardt, faction buff. Hilda, guards, and Rozenciel will just heal up a character. And remove frostbites. Elwin gets hit. And the other one should hit the range character, which is blocked by Hilda. So perfect. Spreading out the frostbites. That's really the key to success for this fight. So for now, why don't I just stun the giant snowman once again? Have Hilda shift over and trigger Order of Noble Steel, guard skill. Not entirely sure I need it, but we might as well use it. Lucretia, 3C. I want to make sure I can crush this guy this turn. And I got Magic Pulse to use, which I'm going to use to refresh an attack skill. Let's refresh Egbert's. So Rozenciel will kill it. Perfect. Elwin can move back. Rain of Glory. And Strike. And I'm gonna have Egbert Fireball. Spawning 2 snowmen there. Uh-oh. So they're both gonna AoE me. And I'm going to survive because my characters have enough survivability. The only one that might actually die was Egbert's, and he had the crystal healing. So this was something I knew. Right? Might be different for other people. Other people might need to make sure they always cast crystal healing, but I was confident I could survive. So in any case, I just need to start crushing these guys now. So we'll do that. Notice all that healing. Egbert will drop the Blazing Illusion construct again. And it can just launch out a meteor for the heck of it. I'm not sure they even take the fixed damage. But whatever. I'm going to have Lucretia do a long range strike to heal up. That was more the key of that attack, to heal. Position swap, and then Magic Pulse on Elwin. I'm refreshing all the disabled passive skills right now. And I'm going to need to cast a mass heal on this group now. So let's just cast it here. No. On here. So that it affects everyone but the Egbert summon. Alright, looks good. Crystal healing. Oh, double fire. Interesting. And now Elwin is just going to wrap around and attack, getting away from the others so that his revive can trigger. And Bernhardt will attack as well. Knocked back. Ice Dragon's Breath. But this one is restored from the Mass Crystal Healing. And so far so good. So time to disable passives on all these enemies. With Egbert. Boom. And I'm going to aggressively attack. Bernhardt's next. There's one snowman down. 2 small snowmen appear. Elwin is gonna wrap around and smash this snowman. I am ready to spawn a lot of these smaller snowmen. That's why I'm being so aggressive with these attacks. There we go. Lucretia will start weakening. And I think I have to just move her out of the way, the construct. Because otherwise, well, yeah. I mean, I could have it attack, but I think it's better to just move it out of the way. Hilda taking hits and debuffing. Frankly, the small snowmen are really not that scary. It's really the big ones that you have to worry about. So. Guard skill is about to reduce to 1 range. So I have to keep that in mind. So let's have Hilda kill off another small snowman, spawning those. Or kill off another medium-sized snowman, spawning the small snowman. I'm going to want to take out this giant one. Or do I? Do I really? No, I don't. I actually do not. Because I don't have mass crystal healing up. So we'll leave it alone. Alright, so faction buff. Lucretia will just range attack someone like that. And the construct is pretty screwed unless I do something like this. Move it away, like so. And drop the Thunder God to lock it down. And then I'm going to have the Thunder God just drop a Hammer of Thunder, let's say right here. And Elwin is going to just smack this little snowman. Wow. Not triggering it the effect that I want at all. Anyways, let's have her miracle up the sovereign allies. Hilda is going to get a lot more stacks. Oh, it did spawn. It did die and spawn the other snowman. It's fine. All the little snowmen are smashing themselves into floor. There's the first debuff. There's the AoE. But as I said, I know all my characters except for Egbert can survive 2 hits of this AoE. So now, mop up. That's basically it. Like if I launch out an AoE here, I can disable all those snowmen. I can mass crystal heal this group now. I can have Elwin. Reign of Glory and Frontal Assault this one. That does not have a disabled passive here. Lucretia will strike. Well, let's have Bernhardt strike first. Let's have Lucretia strike. An easy kill. We can place it here. And Magic Pulse. I don't know. Egbert. Trigger guard skill on Hilda. And let's have this Flash Thunder hit a snowman, which should die to it. Or not. Close though. Close enough. It'll die when it attacks me, basically. So Hilda is now at 11 stacks of 12 stacks of snowbite, right? Or frostbite. So it's getting bad on her. Alright, so it's just mopping up at this point. I'm going to start speeding up and stop talking at this time because pretty much covered everything. Just and maybe shift here and cast the Magic Pulse on Egbert. Have Elwin wrap around and strike. Kill. Have Rozenciel. Kill. Spawning some more tiny snowmen. Dispelling some of those frostbite debuffs. Guard range on 3 guard. Okay. So drop. Blazing Illusion dude. And have it just tank a hit. So it can drop a medium. And enter. There we go. Okay. Ooh. So let's have Egbert. Alright, let's have Elwin, Frontal Assault 1. Let's have Bernhardt, Stun 1, so he can't attack me. Have Lucretia, just kill it. I keep thinking it's a kill, and it always manages to live somehow. Go figure. But the Arcane Golem will get the kill then. Okay. I need to... If I toss it on him, it's not good enough. So I'm just gonna weaken it. Okay.
私に命令どうしました
Rozenciel, 3 block radius now from 5.
私に
So
命
let's
令
move
かし
Hilda
ら
back a little and have Rozenciel shift over.
レーゲンブルクのためにレーゲンブルクのために
10.
水晶に帝国の敵を倒すのです
10, 12.
正しい
Need the Empire faction buff. But use the characters who still have a buff
正しい
first.
選択をし
Like Egbert. Dropping the last group of snowmen. Okay.
全力で行け
あら殺せばいいのに
全力で行け
That's Reign of Glory. Frontal Assault's not going to be up for a
あい
long
つのた
time.
めあら殺
So
せばいいのよ
let's refresh Egbert
人形
and have
あい
Lucretia
つの
shift
頼み
back
を聞ける
and maybe range attack. And have
私に命
Hilda
令かしら
guard. And Bernhardt will faction buff.
かな
And finally Rozenciel
はいよ
私が
will
レーゲ
cast...
ンブルクどうしました
What's the aura now? It's 1 stack, 1 block radius. So it's basically nothing now.
どうしました
Alright, so Mass Crystal Heal it is.
水晶に帝国の敵を倒すのです水晶に帝国の敵を倒すのです
全力で行け
Oh, Elwin hasn't moved. Go figure.
全力で行け
So let's have Elwin strike this one. And it'll kill itself. There we go.
正しい
And
選
battle
択
will be done this turn.
どうされました全力で行け
So
では
get, or hopefully done this turn. I can't guarantee it will be.
あいつの頼みは聞ける
Range attack 1. Just have a range attack as well.
私が
Have
レーゲンブルクで
conceal attack
水晶に帝国の敵を倒すのです
and then
全力
just
で行け
surround and kill. So get a 4 distance movement
全
attack.
部まとめて俺に任せろ
This took
全
longer
力
than
で
I
行
thought.
け
It really did. It's not that it's even difficult. It was just a little bit time consuming. Maybe because I was moving slowly as I talked. But anyways, there we go. Thanks for watching, everyone. Nitro out.